I'm sitting right here with some sketch pads and drawing out. I got these from Five Below, by the way, if you're interested in where. And I love to sit down on Sundays or at the end of the season, just whenever I can, and just draw crazy graphs and charts, and numbers, and anyway from personal to business to goals, and just get it all out of the conscious and subconscious mind. And it's amazing what type of stuff you can come up with. But the truth of the matter is, I'll talk about myself here. My ego is resisting the process because it wants to just keep the boxing gloves on and just keep fighting, right? But at some point you have to get, keep hustling, keep fighting, keep on doing more and more and more, and doing everything that looks like success or light at the end of the tunnel, and run away from anything that looks like a negative or, the saber-toothed tiger chasing you type stuff, to be simplistic. So, the truth is, I was in a deep flow a few minutes ago, and I really started, I'm very excited because I got P&L statements to go through and numbers and math, and I'm going to look at the funnels and the metrics in my business, organize things, and really do some identity work, upgrading my identity, because I understand that what gets you here, what got you here, won't get you there. You have to take time to reflect, right? But for some reason, it's such a scary process for me, for Keith Kalfas, to even accept the fact that I'm not out struggling or hustling or, digging rocks or climbing a tree or answering a phone or sending an invoice or trying to collect money or, my work phone is shut off right now. I've uninstalled all social media from my phone, except for YouTube, so I can upload this video. And I'm taking some days of silence. I'm going to go into the gym. I want to start working out more. I slept in this morning. I got really good sleep. My wife was like, "Hey, it's 11 a.m. I was like, awesome. I put the covers back over my head. That's not like me. Taking time to love yourself, self-care, things like that, and to catch up on yourself, right? And dive deep and give yourself the gift. This is very hard for me to deal with right now. All the way to the point where I distracted myself by telling you about it and making this video, because I really care and I really want to share the experience, and I want to document this. But I just got to let go and then get back to this, because there's some really good stuff in here. Like, I'm watching goals come true in my life. I'm drawing out like all these weird patterns and graphs and charts just flowing, man. So much stuff. And the really interesting thing is, all the answers that you want for your life and everything, they're all right in front of you. You just have to divorce yourself from the chaos. Imagine you're inside of there's a river, and you're in this river, and it's a rushing river with currents, and you're like swimming and fighting and hunting. If you could divorce yourself from all that and get on the river bank, and now you're just observing the river once in a while, or the more often you can do that, and then you can choose when you get in the river and then when you get on the river banks, and you plan that, right? I think that's the difference that makes the difference. So you're not just going wherever the river takes you, right? You are actually now consciously, imagine you're consciously choosing your life and your life's path and finding what your life's purpose is. Imagine if you're like on a plane, right? You're in a jet. You're not in the jet, like in the cockpit controlling the thing. You're out there on the front of it or on the side on the wing, screaming, going, ah, ah, just holding on for dear life. and it's going wherever it wants to go. Or you're being strapped to the front of a speeding bullet train and the thing's just running you over. It's like life can feel that way. And this is a really, really sad thing. We were at the Launchpreneur Academy in November. It was an awesome event. Hey, it's okay. It's my doggy. And somebody, there's a Q&A panel. The people were asking questions. Really awesome, very motivated, business-minded entrepreneur. That's why we were all there. And somebody in the audience asked a question, and they're like, "Hey, how do you get over this thing or this thing?" And then I was like, they passed the mic to me because we can all answer. And I was on the panel, and I said, this is to the whole audience. I said something. I go, this is going to sound really shallow. And I'm almost embarrassed to say it. But the answer is money. Money is like oxygen. God, it's so disgusting to even say that. And it's like this sad, sick, inconvenient truth. Here's the thing I learned. I made a whole other video about this. I got to remake the video. And I'll end here. I don't know how to go without going into this whole thing. I'll just kind of tell you what I'm saying. In the world of money, I don't know what it's like to be a multimillionaire or a billionaire. But all I know is that there's people on a line who just barely make it ends meet. If you just figure out how to dial in your business so you can make just a little bit more money, maybe 10, 20, 30 more thousand. If you could be 50,000, right? Just the smallest little shifts and pivots can give you a lot more advantages that could literally change your whole life. What would an extra 20 or 30,000 in revenue do? You can make your house or your apartment or your rent payment easier. You can make your vehicle payments easier. You have food in the fridge. You can save a little bit of money. You have presents under the Christmas tree. Just an extra 10 or 20 grand a year could make a difference in a lot of people's lives, right? And so before I could do any of this stuff, like actually take time to sit down and sleep in and catch up on Keith and sit down, just sit here and do this stuff, I had to go do a whole bunch of hard work. And I'm nowhere near where I want to be at, but I'm just telling you my story. I had to go do a whole bunch of hard work and work on myself and practically kill myself just to get out of debt and get some bills paid. And I tried to sit down and do this, and I still couldn't do it because I was still terrified. And then I had to go do a whole bunch of work on myself, and it damn near took 10 years just to the point where I can finally sit down calmly and scribble on a piece of paper and just look at my life. That's how long. And I'm still in survival mode, dealing with like these deep fears and things that are popping up, and like, is everything okay? Like, I can't even believe that I'm actually here right now, sitting in my own house next to this dog. I can't believe it. Thank the Lord.